Welcome back to another shonen video. Today we're going to be playing some more National Dex Ubers. I played quite a bit of it for a minute there, and then I stopped playing it. I just couldn't stay away from it for that long, so we're going to be playing some more of it today. I got a new team here. Let's just jump right into it. Alright, first game up here. Looks like they're running Lugia and Solgaleo, which you don't see that every day in National Dex Ubers, but otherwise, it's a fairly standard team here. They let off with the Eternatus. Now realizing my team is not incredibly built to remove hazards, so those toxic spikes might be an issue for us going forward. But we'll just we did lead pretty well overall, though. Zygarde is probably going to be one of our best answers to this Eternatus, which is actually not saying much because it's not a very good answer into it, that as all things considered. But it is specially defensive, so it should be able to take a Dynamax cannon unboosted, and they do then switch out into Kyogre. We get a bit of damage off of it, which is basically all I needed, because now we know they're not going to be shooting off the insane water spouts, which is really the main thing you got to be worried about. I mean, any attack coming off of Primal Kyogre is definitely going to be super powerful, but as long as you limit its mega water spout output, because the water spouts, you're never going to see them on. That's going to be able to easily take the water spouts out. Except for, maybe like a Chansey or something, because it's a Chansey. But, other than Chansey, the obvious outlier. So then we have Lugia out here. We're just going to Stone Edge until we die. We missed the second Stone Edge there, which would have been quite useful because they didn't go for the recovery move there. But they don't. But because they didn't go for the recovery move, their multi-scale is broken, so we can just go for the Ice Beam here. Not sure if this will kill. I'll go Rayquaza here. Actually, I'm going to go to Zygarde, actually. I think Zygarde's a better switch in here. We also have the Future Sight coming in, which is something you almost forget about, but it's not very common. You're going to see Future Sight in this tier, at least. And, usually you kind of get used to expecting a Future Sight coming out of like a Slow King or something, not the Lugias of the world. So which, speaking of, is going to come in here. They're on 99, not 100%, so the multi-scale is still has still managed to be broken. We'll see if they go for another recovery move here, but regardless, we're going to go into Kyogre here, as they do not. So they are on 99% here. I'll just try and go for a Water Spout, because that'll do the most damage to Lugia, and if they try and switch back into Groudon to nullify the water moves, the Ice Beam should be able to kill after Rock's damage. So right now we are a little bit damaged, so the Water Spout, they do switch into Groudon, so it didn't really matter, but we are a little bit damaged, but it would have been slightly better than Origin Pulse, and it couldn't miss, so that's why I was wanting to get a Water Spout off. But we can just go for Ice Beam here. They go into their own Kyogre, and we have Thunder. We can probably presume they also have Thunder, so we're just going to see if we win the speed tie here. See if we can get the kill here. Or, honestly, depending on the set, we don't even know if it'll kill. They go back into Lugia and take a bunch of damage from the Thunder, and actually, we don't die to poison, so we can get the Ice Beam and we can get the kill from there. Now, obviously, we don't know what they're going to go for here. We'll just go back into Zygarde, see what they got here. They do go for Groudon, so this is a pretty solid switch in here. We can just go for 1,000 Arrows. They go for Precipice Blades, so we do die to the poison, but we get the kill on the Groudon as well. We are technically down a Mon here, but the but the Eternatus is paralyzed and the Kyogre's at low HP, so I think we are still in a pretty good situation here. Pheromosa is, it's actually not banded, it is Scarf. However, I'm doing that because it's Scarf Adamant, which means after we get a kill, which we should right here, after we get a kill, it means that we're going to be attack boosted with the beast boost instead of speed boosted. So it does limit some of our first turn power, because we would have done more damage if we were just banded, but it also means that we are going to be better suited to potentially be a cleanup mon, which we are now threatening to do, because now we have the attack boost. Now we're going to be threatening a lot of damage, and they're definitely going to have to be scrambling to decide what mon to go into. I mean, they're probably just going to go for the fighting resist that they have left. They actually go for Yveltal here. I guess they might have Sucker Punch, but even at a -1 defense, you know, a resisted attack, like, I think we could barely, but you know, I think we have a decent shot at living it, even though Pheromosa does have the most paper defenses. I mean, to be honest, when your defenses are so paper like Pheromosa, the defense drops, they don't even go for Sucker Punch, so we'll just take that, and that's another attack boost. So now the Eternatus has gone from a resist to, it's not really that good of a resist anymore, especially when they are paralyzed. And I mean, we can also Terra here. I'm just going to go for regular close combat. We'll get enough damage here where we should be able to win with our other mons anyway. We'll go for Arceus. I'll just go for Earth Power here, and then we can just Earth Power into the incoming Solgaleo that'll come after the Eternatus, and we'll just Earth Power until we die, or if they just beat them 1v1, we'll see. Depends what their set is, but we'll just Earth Power until we die here, because they shouldn't be able to reasonably set up. They could be weakness policy, agility, or something. I don't know. But we'll just Earth Power here, because then if they kill us here, then we can just go to Rayquaza and he'll kill with V-Create. They go for Flame Charge, which is probably a good idea because it's their only chance to be faster, but E-Speed should outspeed them. I mean, they shouldn't be able to kill us with anything anyway, but there's no point risking it. We can just kill with E-Speed. Alright, here it's a very unique team for the tier. Mainly, of course, they're gonna obviously lead Shuckle, so we can just go Kyogre. We'll get off 2 Water Spouts, because that's going to be a move to bring the Shuckle down to Sturdy, and then be able to take it out and not miss. I mean, we could have gone for another move other than Water Spout the first turn, I guess, just to save a PP, I guess, but whatever. We did take down the Shuckle here. They did get up webs though, so we'll have to see if we can remove that later, or if we don't want to remove that, we can also just power through it with the disadvantage. They go for Durant here. They do outspeed us here, so they could attack here. We're just going to go for Origin Pulse instead of Water Spout then. They go for Entrapment, giving us Truant, so we can't attack here. I'm going to go for Groudon and nullify their water moves, and I'm just going to roar them out. We barely lived the Dragon Pulse, so that could have actually gotten pretty crazy if we died there. But we do stop the Blastoise threat for now. Now here comes Golden Go. I'm just going to go for Rayquaza, because we can V-Create pretty much for free here. They do go for a Alomomola here, but Alomomola shouldn't be able to do very much against me. So I'm just going to get a free Sword Stance up here, and I mean, I should outspeed everything and get a +2 Dragon Ascent here. Of course, they do have the ability, so they're going to live, but Pheromosa should be able to outspeed everything, even with the webs drop, which forces them to go into Golden Go, and then go into Kyogre, and then we can just Origin Pulse, and Origin Pulse should be able to we should be able to angle ourselves for a kill here if we hit the Origin Pulses, of course, which is not a guarantee. We missed the first one, like I said, but we'll just go for another one. They do keep attacking into us, and we eventually hit the second one. So we do get a kill there, even though we do sacrifice more HP than I would have liked into the Kyogre. So, I mean, at this HP, I'm willing to just sack it. I'll go for Thunder. They'll just kill us there. And now I'm going to go for Pheromosa. They no longer have the Ghost type, so I can just go for close combat. We'll see if I'm able to clean up with Pheromosa this game. Again, I'm going for Terra Fighting, see if we can get the 2 a KO there. We do, but they are Terra Ghost. So we're not going to be able to clean up with Pheromosa then. But we can just go for Arceus. They are physically defensive, so I believe we should be able to kill at +2, which we do. We are special defense boosted, so we should be able to live. And they go for they go for Shell Smash, which is not the move. Anyway, next game here. I have a Marshadow, which you always have to worry about. Marshadows typically, it's not recommended for Marshadow to be Sash, but it just, you always have to play as if the Marshadow is Sash, which, I mean, if they're just going to immediately give us the Marshadow, then I guess we don't have to play around that at all, actually. I guess that was, I was about to go into a whole lesson of my mentality playing against Marshadow, and it's just been completely invalidated in 2 moves. Immediately just, alright. I mean, they do get some pretty decent work in with Marshadow, though. They end up killing them on and doing a lot of damage to another Mon, but I mean, you don't really need health on Pheromosa, and we did manage to get up rocks, so I'll live with that trade there. Eternatus is going to be an issue. We'll go for Zygarde, and we'll just go for 1,000 Arrows. We'll get a little bit of chip on the Eternatus. Could have paralyzed, but I don't know. We do upgrade into the 100% form, so we'll see. There we go. And then we do live because we're in the 100% form now, and we do get the kill on Eternatus. And then they're going to go for Terrapagos. I'm going to just glare here. Now, I think I'm just going to U-turn to break the shell, because they try and rapid spin here. I'm just going to go for Arceus, so Arceus can give you just pretty solid damage, just generally. Zacian comes in here. We did sack the Groudon immediately, so we are not going to have a clean switch in, but we did get enough damage off with Arceus that close combat should be able to clean up you, which it is. And also, now, Crozma is an interesting mon. I'm going to Terra, and then we were not able to kill because they did go for Ultra Necrozma, but we did enough damage still that we were able to kill with E-Speed. Terrapagos comes in and he nullifies the rain with Terra, which I didn't think that it would, but we'll just go for Kyogre here. We'll get solid damage off their Thunder Wave Groudon apparently, and now they're setting up rocks of all times. And then Earthquake kills, which I didn't expect. I guess it's like offensive Groudon, but without defensive. I mean, if Heat Crash is their only move that can hit me, they of course could also paralyze me. Now I could kill the Groudon, but they have Ice Beam with the Terrapagos, so I'm gonna want to be able to OHKO them. So I'm gonna go for 2 Swords Dances here. They missed the Thunder Wave on me, so I'm just going to be able to get the kill with the other move. And this is another interesting team here. They lead off with Meow, so I'm just going to U-turn out. They could be Sash. or they could be like something else. We should outspeed them no matter what, though. We'll just go for U-turn. If they're sashed, then it would be better to go for triple axle here. But I don't want to miss and ruin everything on turn 1, so I'm just going to go for U-turn. They are in fact sashed, and they actually went for triple axle, so lucky dodge from us that we were able to avoid the triple axle there, because then we would have lost Rayquaza immediately. But we'll just go for U-speed here to clean up the Meow. Alright. Salamence comes in. I don't know what Salamence could. Yeah, they are in fact Mega, and they do Dragon Dance. They shouldn't be able to kill us, I don't think, so we can just Ice Beam here. If they are Double Edge, then they could be able to kill us then. But that's still fine, because Pheromosa will outspeed, and then we can just go for triple axle, and this will kill them, and we definitely outspeed them. And so we do hit the triple axle. We'll see what they go for now. Of course, we are threatening them with the boost, so they're going to have to be able to go into something that can live the triple axle here. They do go into the Calyrex Ice Rider. Groudon should be able to live anything from that. They go for Trick Room. We should. I'm just gonna roar here because I don't want him like trying to set up or anything, because I don't think we're gonna be able to do that much damage with the Precipice Blades. We also could miss Precipice Blades, so I'm just gonna want him, get him out here, and they switch into Zacian, which is exactly what I wanted, because I can get the Precipice Blades here. We should outspeed them under Trick Room, and if they switch out, they'll also their ability. Yeah, they switch out, which means their ability has been nullified on the Zacian. We also get solid chip on the Calyrex, and we successfully stalled out a couple turns of Trick Room. So this has gone about as well as it could have. They go for close combat here, as we'll just get our Brox, break any sashes, get a little bit of chip. Why not? Why not? Then we can just go for Precipice Blades here. They do get the kill there, but now with their lowered defenses, we should definitely be able to kill with Rayquaza after Trick Room is over. And they go for Zacian here. Still should do solid damage. I'm just gonna have to sack Arceus in this place then. Yeah, I'm just going to we actually lived the Behemoth Blade, so we're going to get a decent and a little bit of chip on the Zacian as well. But we now are going to go. I think I should have gone for Pheromosa probably instead of Zygarde, but they do switch into Urshifu here. Now I'll just go for Pheromosa here as they Swords Dance. They're actually the water, and they have Aqua Jet, so I'll just go for the Dragon SN here. Should be able to get that pretty easy here. Yeah, and the Zacian should now be well in range of E-Speed. You should still be in range of Dragon Ascent because you're a fighting type now, so I'm gonna just go for it. Yep. Because they're trying to farm the defense drops on me. See, I didn't see how much damage they took from rocks, because they could be at 88 for either one of them, because Urshifu would have taken rocks the first time, it would have done 6%, and then the second time it comes in, it also takes 6%. And then, or it could be the fake one, and it just take 12% because it's the first time it's coming in. So I'm not sure which one it is. I think I could just go Zygarde either way though. They went for Bitter Malice, so that reveals that they are in fact not the real one. Yeah, so they can keep going for Bitter Malice. It's not going to do that much. We can just go for 1,000 arrows. We should beat them 1v1 here. And we're also going to go into the 100% form now. Now I'm just going to try and get a glare off. Just in case here they try and sword stance, I can haze. This will also remove the attack drops they gave me from Bitter Malice, so they'll try and sword stance again. I'm just going to go for 1,000 arrows this time, and then I'll see what they try and keep going for. Yeah, they try and keep sword stancing. I don't want them to be able to do anything with Aqua Jet or something, or I don't want them to be able to do that type of damage here, so I'm just going to get a haze off again, and then we get just 1,000 arrows, and we actually should be able to beat them with the Zygarde. We won't even need the Rayquaza, but we should be able to also beat them with the Rayquaza at this range. And there we go. Alright, next game here. Now they're using a unique team here. They got Naganadel, they got Shaman Sky, they got a bunch of guys, so we'll see what they're all gonna do. They have we're just gonna go for Kyogre here, and as they lead with the Yveltal, I'm just gonna go for Thunder, because that's probably gonna be a safe move regardless. So we'll do that first turn. They actually Terra Electric as they go for Dark Pulse. They get a crit on us. So that turn, I mean they used up their Terra, which I guess I'm fine with, because I'm going to do a lot of damage with the Origin Pulse here, and then yeah, I can just go Arceus and finish him off here. And then he ended up using this Terra. They go into Kyogre, so like I said, I'd love to get some damage off on this here. Their Thunder Wave, I'll just keep attacking then. Their Surf, some unfortunate paras there, but so we are going to lose the Arceus, but it's fine. Also a crit, but it's still fine. I'm gonna go for Farabosa here, because they did use their Terra, and they actually had, well, their only fighting resist at this point is now the Shaman, so You can just go for close combat. I'm going to Terra Fighting, see how much that does. We don't get the kill on Alomomola, just barely lives, but they flipped her out, which does a bunch because they went to Hydrapple. I don't know what that's for, because we're going to do a lot of damage here. And then they Nasty Plot. I mean, I didn't expect them to live the close combat, to be honest, but Nasty Plotting was definitely not the play, because now I think I actually sweep for real now. Because with the Terra Fight, and then I also get the attack boost, and then yeah, now we should they're just gonna forfeit there. Alright, here, I mean, lead against Deoxys, we should just be able to, we'll be able to outspeed them with Pheromosa here. And then we can just finish them off with the Rayquaza here. We are going to be able to, if not finish them off, do a lot of damage with the Rayquaza into the Yveltal as well. We can also get up a V-Create. I'm just going to go for E-Speed again, because they could have went Ultra Necrozma, or they could have just tried to stay in, or could have done just attack, whatever. Either way, now I can get a rapid spin kill here, which you don't see every day. Could also get obviously gets off the rocks. And I'll get on some of my own. Just go Arceus, and then should be able to finish off here. Zacian is obviously a threat. That Arceus is also a threat. I'm gonna get off a taunt here so he can't set up on me. And then I'll just Judgment here. Now, they'll be able to kill. I'll go Zygarde here, because they'll be able to live. We also have Haze and Glare and whatnot. They have their own taunt, so... we do get a bit of chip on the Eternatus. So now we should be able to Terra Fight and close combat will, well, if it didn't kill before, now it will after the boost and stuff. Right now, in this team again with the Shuckle lead. We'll just go for the same Water Spout start here to bring them down, and we'll just essentially let them get up webs here. I can't imagine it'd be, yeah, they're just gonna let us have it here. No point trying to save a Shuckle at low HP here. I'm just gonna go for Origin Pulse. We do outspeed them, so I could have gone for Water Spout there, but whatever. We're just gonna get to a KO regardless. There you go for Entrainment again, and I'm just gonna go for the Origin Pulse again. We are hitting them this time, though. The Blastoise is going to come in here. I'm just going to roar again. We live a little bit more comfortably this time. I'll see if I can get up rocks. Actually, I want a bit of chip on the Alomomola, actually. So I'm gonna, because rocks does really serve me insanely well at this point here. So I might as well get a bit of chip there. I'll just keep going for it there. They do go into Golden Go here. I'll go Zygarde because the 1,000 arrows will be able to hit. They do Terra Fairy. I'm just going to keep attacking into them. We actually live everything and be able to beat them 1v1. Now I'm going to glare as they try and shell smash. They actually just get the kill there, which is fine. Now, now I'm going to go Arceus. I'll just attack here. Go for a Lomomola. I'm going to defog here, and then I'm going to double into Kyogre here. So that way we're going to be able to outspeed, because there's no more webs, and I can just Thunder, and he should be able to take out the final mons there. That'll work. Alright, now they're all up against another team. This time they're trying to set up webs with the Slurpuff, but we do have Taunt, so we'll be able to just twig KO with that there. Going to Arceus here, we're doing solid damage. I mean, we already revealed Taunt, so it is a little ballsy to be able to be willing to just go for the Sword Stance Recover or whatever. But we did get them low enough. We can just get the rocks up. They are dead to Life Orb here, so we got up rocks. We did kill the Arceus. This is a pretty decent start, if I do so myself. We prevented webs. I'm gonna roar him out as he tries to Dragonist, yeah, and then I'll just try and roar him out again. And they're actually just gonna forfeit there, so there we go. Alright, this next game here, they're running Glamora. This pretty much could be an OU team, but then they added on Mewtwo and Crozma Dusk Main, so I guess they just really wanted to use those two mods, and then you just threw one of their OU teams. I mean, they're using Whimsicott, so I guess this probably wouldn't be an OU team anyway. Either way, they lead Whimsicott. Well, they just let us get the kill first turn with Kyogre. I mean, we're gonna outspeed. We can just go for Water Spout here. So I don't know what Necrozma was doing there. They're gonna go for Surlich. I'm just gonna go for Water Spout again. They are Sash on the Surlich, so they're not gonna just give us their entire team for free here. I mean, we could, of course, still live a Shadow Sneak here, but I am going to switch out into Groudon. We'll get up rocks here, potentially break a Sash on the Glamora, potentially make this Surlich dead to rocks. They missed the Poltergeist, so we're going to be able to also try and go for this there. They're going to go for Glamora. We can just let them have that one, because now we can go back into Kyogre and we can just go for Water Spout here, and that should still be doing big damage even if we're not at completely full health here. Go for Thunder. Now they are Mewtwo Y. We do live the Side Strike, but we missed the Origin Pulse, so we're not going to be able to get all the kills with Kyogre. But it's still fine. We're still up a billion mons, so we can just go Pheromosa, who should be able to outspeed here, and we can just U-turn here, which is kill. Yeah. All right, next game here, they're looking another unique team. Looks like this could totally be. I don't even know. This really would it even be an OU team? I don't know. But then they got Groudon, Lugia, and Zekrom in there. Either way, we're just going to lead off Pheromosa just because it's a generally good lead, because I don't know what they're going to lead here. It's a regular Groudon, not a Primal Groudon. I'm just going to U-turn out. And let's just let's go into Kyogre here. They go for Will-O-Wisp here, which means Water Spout is pretty free. So you can just go for Water Spout. We do break their multi-scale. We can just go for another Water Spout here. Here comes Zekrom. We'll go for Groudon here. Should be a perfectly fine answer to him. Here should be able to live anything. They Terra, Grass, and Substitute. So I'm just going to roar them out because I don't want to have to deal with any of that. And I'll just get up Stealth Rock here because Greninja's not going to be able to hit me with a water move here. As they try and get up Spikes, I'll go for Precipice Blades now, which we miss. We'll just go for it again. No problem. They go for Tangrowth, who is of course going to be able to lift that then. We can just go Arceus here, should be able to pretty solidly go do damage here. They do go for Sleep Powder, so we are going to be sleep here. I mean, I'm just gonna stay in because what is this Tangrowth gonna do here? As they try and go Groudon here, but I'm still asleep, but I should be waking up here. Yeah, so now the Typhlosion loses a bunch of health. We can go for Kyogre here. He's not going to be able to use any of his moves. Yeah, he's not going to be able to go for the Lava Plume here. We can just, or Water Spout should still be able to kill here. Go for, they sack the Tangrowth. We go for Zekrom. We should be able to just potentially outspeed. We'll go for Ice Beam here. We do, and we'll get the kill there. And then they'll just forfeit.